Floyd Mayweather is a legendary undefeated American boxer. During his career, he participated in 50 fights and won 50 victories, including 27 knockouts. He owns more than 20 championship belts and even a bronze medal from the 1996 Olympic Games. In addition, Mayweather is one of the richest boxers in the world, earning him the nickname, The Money. Floyd Mayweather, how the boxing legend lives and how he spends his millions. Floyd Mayweather Jr. was born on February 24, 1977 in Grand Rapids, Michigan, to a family of boxers. His father, Floyd Mayweather Sr., is a welterweight boxer. He fought Sugar Ray Leonard, but never became a champion, even though he reached the final of the World Boxing Championship. His paternal uncles, Jeff and Roger Mayweather, were also boxers. Roger Mayweather became the world champion in the second featherweight and first welterweight categories. Later, he became the coach of his legendary nephew. The boy's future was predetermined. Floyd's childhood was hardly easy. His mother, Deborah Sinclair, was a drug addict. His father soon became a drug dealer. As Floyd admitted in an interview, he could have died at the age of 1. His mother's cousin, who was also his father's business partner, broke into their apartment with a shotgun. Mayweather Sr. used his son like a shield to defend himself. This didn't stop the cousin. Fortunately, the bullet didn't hit the child, but the father's leg. His father brought Floyd to a training center when he was 7 years old. By the way, Floyd has 2 half-sisters. According to the boxer, they weren't rich at all, and the 3 children slept in the same bedroom. When Floyd was 16, his father went to prison. The young man was going to drop out of school and find a job to support his family. However, his grandmother stopped him, saying that all you need is to just keep boxing. And Uncle Roger started training his nephew. Floyd still dropped out of school, but put all of his effort into boxing. It was a difficult period in his life. His father wasn't around, they lived poorly, and training was exhausting. But it definitely hardened the future boxing legend's character. In 1993, Floyd Mayweather started his amateur career. In the same year, he became the winner of the semi-professional Boxers Award, Golden Gloves. He also received this prize again in 1994 and 1996. During this time, he had 90 fights, of which he won 84. It is noteworthy that due to his fighting style, which involved defensive tactics and emphasis on dodging, Floyd never received a cut to his face. As such, he was named Pretty Boy. After winning the tournament in 1996, Mayweather won the right to compete at the Olympics in Atlanta. Floyd reached the semifinals, where he lost to the Bulgarian boxer Serafim Todorov. According to the judges, Todorov won, but the US team strongly disagreed with the verdict. The appeal didn't bring any results. Floyd decided to end his amateur career there and go professional. On October 11, 1996, Mayweather made his professional debut. He knocked out Mexican boxer Roberto Apodac, who also had his first fight, in the second round. In the next 2 years, Mayweather had 16 more fights, most of which he won by knockout. At the time, with a height of 5'8", Floyd weighed only 132 pounds. But despite that, he constantly moved from one weight group to another. He changed between 5 weight groups. On October 3, 1998, Mayweather held his 18th professional bout. His opponent was the WBC lightweight champion, Gennaro Chiquinito Hernandez, who was considered one of the best pound-for-pound fighters. Unexpectedly, Floyd defeated Hernandez and became the WBC world champion. As the opponent admitted after the fight, Floyd was incredibly fast and technically skilled, and Floyd's promoter called him an extraordinary boxer. Admittedly, this was not only his opinion. In December 1998, Floyd met Angel Manfredi in the ring. At the end of the second round, Floyd cornered the opponent and was about to start beating him. But the fight was stopped by the referee, and just a couple of weeks later, Floyd Mayweather was named Fighter of the Year by the magazines Ring and Knockout. In 1999, Floyd had 3 fights. In February, he defeated Carlos Rios. In May, he defeated Ugandan fighter Justin Juko. And in September, he defeated Carlos Jarena. In the same year, Floyd had a son, Conor, with Josie Harris, whom he had begun dating while still in high school. They later had 2 more children, a son Zion and a daughter Jira. Mayweather's partner regularly abused drugs, for which he repeatedly beat her. Even though he publicly condemned celebrities who are accused of domestic violence. Despite this rocky relationship, in 2000, Floyd had a daughter, Iyanna, with Melissa Brim, and later a son, Devion. He and Melissa didn't date for long. The young couple broke up after Mayweather's abusive treatment of his partner became too much for her to bear. Once, Floyd forced Melissa into a car and beat her in it. After, he was fined and sentenced to 2 days of house arrest. In May 2000, Mayweather defeated Gregorio Vargas. In October, he entered the ring against Emmanuel Burton and won again. In January 2001, during a fight with Diego Corrales, Mayweather knocked down his strong opponent 5 times. After the 5th one, Corrales threw in the towel. The next fight of the same year was more difficult. In May, Floyd fought Carlos Fernandez. Mayweather dominated the fight, but after a right hook to his head, the champion writhed in pain, which Hernandez took advantage of. In the 12th round, he threw himself at Mayweather and tried to push him through the ropes, for which the referee took away a point. As a result, the judges awarded the victory to Mayweather. The fight with Jesus Chavez in November 2001 was also stopped after Chavez took several hits in the 9th round. After this fight, Mayweather moved from the first lightweight category to lightweight. The fight in May 2002 against Jose Luis Castillo, the WBC lightweight champion, was called controversial by many. The opponent surpassed Mayweather in speed, yet the judges declared Floyd the winner. However, the result was disputed, as Mayweather let 203 punches go through, while for Castillo it was only 157. In December of the same year, they had a rematch. This time, Mayweather emerged as the absolute winner. Not all the victories of the undefeated champion can be called clean. So, in the fight against Victoriano Sosa, Mayweather won with a crushing score, although not everyone agreed with the judge's decision. In November 2003, Floyd faced Philip Nadeau in the ring. After a series of blows, the opponent, although he managed to stand up on the count of 9, refused to continue the fight. After this fight, Mayweather moved to the first welterweight group. In May 2004, Floyd fought DeMarcus Corley and won with a crushing score, knocking the opponent down twice. In January 2005, the fight between Mayweather and Puerto Rican Henry Bruselas was a qualifier for the WBC welterweight title. Floyd was very active, and in the end, Bruselas gave up. The fight with the world welterweight champion Arturo Gatti could also be called controversial. During the first round, Floyd violated the rules. The unclear signals of the referee forced Gatti to stop, which Mayweather took advantage of and knocked down his opponent. This made Gatti very angry. Later in the match, Floyd held the advantage, and at the end of the 6th round, Gatti refused to continue the fight. For that fight, Mayweather received $3.2 million. After the fight, Floyd moved up to the welterweight. Floyd's first fight in this weight category took place in November 2005. He met former champion Sharma Mitchell in the ring. Mayweather knocked down his opponent in the 3rd round, and again in the 6th round. Mitchell stood up on the count of 10, but the referee stopped the fight. Later, Mitchell tried to prove the blow was below the belt, but the video replay refuted that. The fight with Zab Judah, the IBF World Welterweight Champion, was called epic. Until Mayweather got used to the left-handed opponent, Judah was in the lead. But after, Floyd took the initiative and in the 7th round broke his opponent's nose. In the 10th round, Judah hit Floyd below the belt, which agitated his uncle Roger Mayweather. He jumped into the ring, soon followed by other people. A scuffle ensued, which only the police managed to break up. The fight continued, and the victory was eventually awarded to Mayweather. After the fight, Floyd admitted that he had suffered a hand injury at the beginning of the fight, which prevented him from finishing it earlier. The boxer made the same statement after his next fight in November 2006. The fight with Carlos Boldemir, the holder of the WBC welterweight title, lasted all 12 rounds. And no matter how hard the opponent tried, the advantage was always on Mayweather's side. The judges gave him the victory. For the fight, Floyd earned $8 million. And in 2006, Mayweather paid $750,000 to change his contract, becoming a free agent. Thus, he stopped sharing his earnings with third-party promoters and founded his own company. Mayweather had a remarkable fight in May 2007 with the WBC world champion in the first welterweight division, Oscar de la Hoya. Oscar held up pretty well, but in the 10th and 11th rounds, Floyd, although tired, looked more energetic than de la Hoya. Mayweather even took a few hits in the final round. After the fight, Floyd became the champion in the 5th weight category and received $25 million. At the end of 2007, a fight between two undefeated boxers took place, the American Floyd Mayweather versus the British Ricky Hatton. The fight was spectacular. Both opponents tried their best, but by the end of the 10th round, Hatton gave up. Mayweather won by a huge margin. He received $20 million. By the way, Floyd juggled preparing for his upcoming fight and participating in a television dance show. His partner on the floor was Ukrainian Karina Smirnova. In the same year, Ring magazine again named Mayweather Fighter of the Year. Later, Mayweather took a break from fighting for 2 years because he needed to recover from injuries. His first fight after the break took place in September 2009. Floyd's opponent was Juan Manuel Marquez. The fight was for the title of the best pound-for-pound boxer. Mayweather showed his worth in the ring, staying one step ahead of Marquez, even managing to tease the opponent, and won with a crushing score. For this fight, Floyd received $25 million, as well as the title of Comeback of the Year, according to Ring magazine. In May 2010, Mayweather fought another very strong fighter, the holder of the WBA super title, Shane Mosley. The first 2 rounds were pretty tricky for Floyd. He took 2 hits and his legs just gave out. However, the opponent couldn't finish off Mayweather, and after the break, he came to his senses, adjusted to Mosley's fighting style, and was able to seize the initiative. Mayweather won by a mile. For this fight, he received $30 million. Mayweather's next fight took place a year and a half later in September 2011. His fight with Victor Ortiz ended with a knockout in Floyd's favor, who later received $40 million for the fight. And in May 2012, Mayweather met Miguel Cotto in the ring, the WBA super champion of the world at the time. The WBA diamond belt was at stake. Both fighters gave their all, and most of the fight was fairly equal. But in the final rounds, Mayweather had the advantage. The judges unanimously declared Floyd the winner. For this fight, he received $40 million. In the same year, the boxer's former lover Josie went to the police. She told them that Floyd broke into her house and beat her in front of her children, all because she apparently started dating another man. The boxer received a restraining order, a fine, and was sentenced to 90 days in prison. Mayweather began serving his sentence on June 1, 2012, and was released early on August 3rd. By the way, his imprisonment conditions were quite favorable. He was in solitary confinement, isolated from everyone, even allowed to exercise and eat separately from the others. Josie even wrote a book about her dangerous relationship with the boxer. She wrote that Mayweather believes that he owns women as property. Floyd would decide what she would wear and who she could talk to, punished her for disobedience, and he would redeem beatings with gifts. It is noteworthy that all of Mayweather's girlfriends often complained about his hot temper and aggressiveness, for which he served a suspended sentence multiple times. In May 2013, Floyd returned to the ring. This was his first fight after prison, and also his first fight on Showtime. Before, HBO had hosted his fights. Floyd easily defeated his opponent, Robert Guerrero, and received $50 million. On September 14, 2013, Floyd Mayweather and Mexican first middleweight champion Saul Alvarez met in the ring. The WBA Super, WBC, and Ring titles were at stake. The fight became the highest grossing in the history of boxing at the time, with a total of $150 million. Mayweather got half of it. Floyd led with a huge advantage, and Alvarez couldn't oppose him. But at the end, only 2 judges gave the victory to Mayweather, and the third one awarded a draw. The latter soon resigned. The loss was the first in Alvarez's career. It is known that in 2013, Mayweather almost got married. He proposed to his girlfriend Chantel Jackson, giving her a ring worth $10 million. Later, he broke off the engagement after he learned the news that Chantel had terminated her pregnancy with twins, although the girl claimed she was the first to break off the relationship. Floyd took the ring from her, threatened and humiliated her, and divulged the secrets of her private life. On May 3, 2014, the fight between Mayweather and Marcos Maidana took place. It almost became Floyd's first loss, but after the 8th round, the boxer won back control of the fight. The fee for this fight was $40 million. Interestingly enough, at the press conference, Maidana called himself the winner. The rematch took place in September. As a result, Mayweather was unanimously declared the winner and received $32 million. By the way, during this period, a friendship was formed between Mayweather and Justin Bieber. Floyd even gave him boxing lessons. However, the friendship ended when Bieber turned to religion. On the advice of his pastor, he unfriended Floyd on social networks, which the boxer took offense to. It is noteworthy that Floyd previously had a strong friendship with rapper 50 Cent, but he broke off the relationship after his release from prison. On May 2, 2015, the Battle of the Century was held. It was dubbed that even before it started. Mayweather met in the ring Filipino boxer Manny Pacquiao. The boxers fought for the title of the ranked pound-for-pound fighter and 3 other titles. Only a small advantage allowed Floyd to win. Mayweather received a record amount of $250 million. On September 12, 2015, Mayweather had his 49th fight against Andre Berto and received $35 million. Then he announced his retirement, equaling the record of Rocky Marciano. By the way, Floyd Mayweather is very popular in Russia. He has been to Moscow multiple times, and in 2015, he signed a contract with Russian partner Timofey Kurgan to open the Floyd Mayweather Boxing Academy. Also, Floyd once dated a masseuse named Darali Medina, who was 8 years younger than him. The boxer bought his girlfriend a mansion for $25 million and gave her a Rolls-Royce Ghost worth $250,000 for her birthday. In 2017, Mayweather again appeared in the ring. He fought with MMA fighter Conor McGregor. The fight was held for a special title, the WBC Money Belt. In the 10th round, the fight was stopped. Mayweather won by technical knockout and received $300 million. According to Mayweather's coach, Nate Jones, McGregor tried to bribe him, offering him to work in his corner. And shortly before the fight, it came out that Mayweather was in a relationship with 25-year-old Abby Clark, a reality TV star. The girl was attacked by haters and seriously feared for her life. In the fall of 2018, Floyd accepted a challenge from Khabib Nurmagomedov, but he had a condition that the fight would take place in the ring instead of the octagon. However, this fight hasn't taken place yet. On December 31st, 2018, Floyd had an exhibition fight against Japanese kickboxer Tenshin Nasukawa. Mayweather only needed 139 seconds to finish the fight. During this time, he knocked Nasukawa down 3 times and also earned $9 million. On March 9, 2020, his former girlfriend Josie Harris was found dead. The cause of death was from a drug overdose. Less than a week after Josie's death, Mayweather lost his uncle, Roger Mayweather, who died at the age of 59. On February 20th, 2021, Floyd Mayweather was supposed to have an exhibition fight against showman and YouTuber Logan Paul. However, due to the pandemic, the fight was canceled. And recently, there's been more news about Mayweather's new girlfriend. She was revealed to be 29-year-old beauty Anna Monroe, the lead stripper in one of the boxer's strip clubs. They say Floyd noticed her after the job interview. The next day, the girl was again invited to the club, where Floyd was already waiting for her. Anna has already boasted about a ring. Perhaps a wedding is coming. However, the girl's family is not happy with her new relationship, mostly because of Floyd's reputation as an aggressive partner. Mayweather had 50 fights and didn't lose any of them. He has unique fighting technique, characterized by his speed, reaction, blocking, counterattacking, high accuracy and technique. as well as unpredictability of blows. His favorite techniques are elbow protection, hand pressure on the neck, and high defense. And the shoulder roll technique is a famous defense style in the Mayweather family. Until October 2018, Floyd Mayweather was the highest paid athlete in history. At the moment, his fortune is estimated at $450 million, and in total, during his career, he earned more than $1 billion. Of course, the main source of income for a boxer is fights. So, for the fight with Khabib Nurmagomedov, he was supposed to get $200 million. Other sources of income are advertising contracts. They say that during the fight with McGregor, advertising space on the boxer's trunks were worth $15 million. Also, in 2017, Mayweather's collaboration with the Philipp Plein brand was announced, yet the boxer was fined for advertising cryptocurrency. It is also known that Floyd became a character in the game called Wild Poker. He signed a contract with Playtrex and Hero Digital Entertainment to use his image in the game. Floyd's passive source of income is his own company, Mayweather Promotions, which brings in about $10 million. The girl collection chain of strip clubs is more of a hobby to him. Although, as the boxer says, women's breasts and alcohol never go out of fashion, the clubs bring Floyd about $15 million a year. Mayweather is actively engaged in advertising his own brands, TMT, The Money Team, and TBE, The Best Ever, which bring him $25 million. He also recently launched the Mayweather Boxing plus Fitness gym chain. In addition, the athlete owns commercial real estate. Mayweather spends money as easily as he earns it. For example, medical procedures cost the fighter $400,000 a month. Sports events, fitness and yoga coaches, the athlete's personal team, servants and cooks cost $800,000. And the rental of a golf course costs about $260,000 monthly. Even a haircut costs $10,000 every month. Floyd easily spends money on his children. For example, arranging a celebration for his daughter, Iana, for her 16th birthday in Vegas for a seven-figure sum was pretty easy. By the way, the headliners at the event were two famous rappers, Drake and Future. He also gave her a Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon G63 AMG for $250,000. He also bought his newborn grandson a chic Rolex watch with diamonds for $1 million in 2021. The legendary boxer has his own collection of expensive watches. One of them, Jacob & Company Tourbillon Billionaire, is worth about $18 million. Mayweather bought them after his 50th victory over Conor McGregor. They feature 260 carats of emerald-cut diamonds and other precious stones encrusted around an 18-carat white gold bracelet. By the way, once his house was robbed and $8 million worth of jewelry was stolen. Mayweather is known to like betting. He once bet almost $6 million on the Miami Heat winning the NBA title, and once he made a bet of $15 million, but was scammed. Floyd doesn't bet anything under $1 million. Mayweather can afford to spend $400,000 on Hermes bags or spend $75,000 in a casino. He can pass the evening with 4 bottles of crystal champagne worth $1,200 each. He can spend $605,000 on tickets to his own fight as a gift to friends or give $100,000 to charity. In general, Floyd keeps a suitcase with bundles of $100 bills on him. He also doesn't wear the same pair of sneakers twice. Now his main residence is in Las Vegas. Since 2018, he has lived in a custom-built mansion with an area of more than 21,500 square feet. Outside, there is a large swimming pool with sun loungers and an outdoor dining area. The mansion was bought for $10 million. And from 2010 to 2018, Floyd lived in another mansion in Las Vegas, which was worth $9 million. The house has a lot of furniture made of natural wood. Floyd believes that this material gives his home a cozy and comfortable feel. In 2017, Mayweather spent $25.5 million on a mansion in Beverly Hills. He also spent $500,000 on furniture. The house includes 6 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, a snow-white living room, a huge kitchen, a cocktail bar with a wine cellar, a library with blackwood furniture, a gym, and other facilities. The most interesting decoration of the house is a portrait of Floyd's latest opponent, Conor McGregor. In the courtyard, there is a huge swimming pool and a relaxation area. Floyd paid $7.7 million in cash for the Miami home. The 5-bedroom house is designed in an ultra-modern style with lots of light and air, a glass and steel staircase, and floor-to-ceiling glass walls. There is also a private pier, a rooftop patio, and a terrace with an open kitchen. Mayweather also looked for real estate in New York. Rumor has it that he got interested in a $29 million penthouse in Tribeca. Mayweather's car collection includes about 100 different cars. The most significant models in Floyd's collection are the Koenigsegg CCXR Trevita for $5 million, the Bugatti Chiron for $3.5 million, the Bugatti Veyrons for $3 million, the Bugatti Grand Sport Vitesse for $2 million, the Pagani Huayra for $1.4 million, and the exclusive LaFerrari Aperta for $1 million. He also has 16 Rolls Royces, different models of Lamborghini, Ferrari, Bentley, and Porsche. There was a time when he bought them in twos, one white and one black. In Miami, he preferred to drive white cars, and in Las Vegas, he liked black cars. For example, a black and white pair of Bugatti Veyron cost him $6.5 million. Floyd also owns a $60 million Gulfstream G650 private jet, which he dubbed Air Mayweather. There is also another one, Gulfstream 3, worth $30 million. It is known that in 2017, Mayweather had difficulties with the tax department. He was charged with tax evasion in the amount of $22 million, but it was later resolved. And in 2020, Mayweather's loyal enemy, rapper 50 Cent, was sure about the boxer's imminent bankruptcy, but it was quickly refuted by Floyd. What do you think? Will Floyd Mayweather retain the title of an undefeated fighter? And what is the secret of his success? If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss anything interesting.